All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on your Tuesday evening. I don't even know what day it is anymore because of quarantine. But we are really, really excited to share this opportunity with you, tell you more about Monet, what it's all about, kind of our stories, why did we even get started, and what it's done for us and really what it could do for you. I know that some of you might be thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. I don't know the girl that, like, maybe it was a random girl on Instagram that approached you about this. I promise that's not weird. Like, that's how we network. That's how we meet people, especially right now. And that's how I got started, actually. My sponsor was DMing me on Instagram, and it just so happened I knew her boyfriend from high school, but I had no idea who she was. And I actually met Julianne literally in the bathroom at a club. So you never know, the people that are going to come into your life and the amazing things that are in store. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. And then we'll kind of go through like our stories while we kind of have just a PowerPoint going. There's no photos. Oh, they're there. Okay, perfect. So I'll let Julianne go, and then I'll kind of share my story.
Yeah, so my name is Julianne, for those who don't know me, but I've been in the business for a year now. And when I first started, I was like, like that night, like Ashley was like touching my hair, and we were like both at the, where we met at the club. And it was really nice because I really connected with her and it was super genuine. So for me, it was really cool getting to know her. And I just honestly saw her, like we connected on Instagram and I saw her living her life. Okay. And then I was like over here working, like 45 hours a week as a therapist. So my major is psychology. Okay. So I'm far from a marketer and that stuff. But I really liked how, I saw her, she was like traveling, she was paying her bills, and I've always been the person that's always been hustling for her money. Okay. Like my parents don't support me. I have to put myself through school. I've been working since I was literally like 15 and a half when I could work. Worked at Jamba Juice for 3 years and it was just like hard. Okay. So like, I was like, someone else had reached out to me actually before Ashley, but then I reached out to her because I knew her for like I think at the moment or at the time half or so I was like, hey, like what is this that's going on? And then she basically introduced me to it, and ever since then I have not looked back. Okay, so um I've done a lot of things that I have, I wasn't really able to do in as a therapist working full time, or at Jamba Juice working there for 3 years. So I quit my full time job as a therapist for 4.5 months into the business. I'm living in Korea right now and I love what I do, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't. And just the fact that I'm able to do this from Korea blows my mind still. Every day I wake up and I'm just honestly happy. I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm not out there, like bagging groceries. Not to like bag on it, but I'm just saying like that's where I would be if I didn't have this, because it's hard to get a job out here in Korea. So I'm just really feeling thankful for this, and now we're just out here wanting to share that. Like I want to travel, especially in Asia. It's cheap, but imagine if I was working, like I'd always have to go by, asking for someone else's time, asking for time off, always working so that I can like travel. But now I have the freedom, the time freedom, and the financial freedom to do so. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like my story.
Yay. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, guys, like the biggest thing that this can give you is more time freedom, not even just financially. Like that's been the biggest thing for I think both of us. I craved more freedom and I've always kind of wanted to do my own thing. I didn't really know anything that was going to give me that. So yeah, I'll kind of walk you guys through mine. I'm from Seattle, so that's actually where Julianne and I met. Still currently living in Seattle, and I've been, in the restaurant industry working as a waitress since 18 years old. I am 25 now. And that's really all that I knew. And I really just liked the flexibility of it. I would kind of, I was taking college classes like online here and there, never really had like a true passion or like a path, I guess you could say. Like I always really envied people that kind of like had it all figured out. And I just didn't. Like I would cry and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Like, where's my purpose? And I tried being a nurse assistant. I tried so many, different things and always ended up back in restaurants. So I reached this point where I was like, I don't want to keep working nights. I don't want to rely on tips. I just craved more freedom and even, just asking for, even though it was flexible, still I had to ask for time off and, they could easily deny it. I worked every holiday, every weekend, nights. Like my boyfriend and I had totally opposite schedules because he's corporate 9 to 5 job. So, as he's coming home, I'm heading to work. So that just wasn't what I wanted long term. And I knew that I didn't want to be 40 years old, still a waitress with, nothing saved up, still kind of in the same place that I was. So that's when, a year and a half, Monet came into my life. And again, random girl on Instagram, and who knew she'd be the biggest blessing. But yeah, since then I've been able to do so much and help so many lives and help people with their hair and their skin. And we're going to kind of tell you guys what the company is all about and how it all works. But thank you for listening to our stories. And we'll kind of get into that now. So I'll kind of walk you guys through the products, right? Because it's super important that you like the products that you're going to be sharing and promoting. So this photo actually here on the very left is my 1.5-year transformation. My hair was super fine, thin, breaking off. I have been bleaching it since I was 15. And you can see like the density and like just how much healthier it is, even maintaining that bleach. Literally the only thing I did was change my products. I've always kind of had a healthy diet, drank my water, done all that, but really it was my products. And then you can see a couple others here. I really like the one on the far right because this is a perfect example showcasing how, Monet can work for all different hair types. It's not just one. We have multiple shampoos and conditioners that are hair specific. So really options for everybody. And we're not going to, we don't want it to be limited, right? We want to be able to share this with all different types of people. And then our brand is anti-aging, vegan, and naturally based. And so in addition to the hair care, we also have skincare. So, Monet's been around for about 5 years now, and we were mostly just hair care. And we, in September launched skincare. So that is also all anti-aging, naturally based, no, our hair care is no sulfates or anything like that. And really what sets our hair care apart is our Rejuvenique oil. So this oil is like nothing else on the market. It's patented, so nobody else can use this technology that we're using. So the reason this oil is so special is it can actually go into the hair follicle, right? Your hair sits in that follicle, and it can go in and remove any buildup, whether that's from products or just like exposing your hair your whole life to heat and sun and, all these environmental factors. So it can also go into the third layer, which is that cortex, and it can restore it from the inside out. So that's why you see these beautiful transformations happening, because of this Rejuvenique oil. Whoa, my screen is like breaking out. There we go. And then, yeah, so no parabens, sulfates. And then for our skincare, I do just want to touch on the key ingredients really quick because the skincare is amazing as well. So there's no plastic microbeads or harmful colors or fragrances. And then some key ingredients of the skincare is also the Rejuvenique. So that oil is infused in all the hair care and the skincare because it's highly compatible with both the hair and the skin. And then we have natural fruit acids, or AHAs, if you will, peptides, plant-based stem cells, and then we use Kakadu plum, which is our source of vitamin C. So it has 100 times more vitamin C than a Florida orange. So these are really the anti-aging components. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into it, but really these are kind of just the basics. And then we will move on to the next slide here. So now I'll kind of share a little bit about the business with you, and then Julianne's going to go into, how does it work? What do I have to do? But just, kind of some business stuff. We are a ground level opportunity, guys. Like I said, we're only, 5 years old. We have not even tapped into what's to come, and to think about, what we've already accomplished and how many lives that we've changed. It's like we haven't even scratched the surface yet. So kind of to put things in perspective, we only have 200,000 market partners globally, and we're only in 5 countries. So when you think about 200,000 people, that sounds like a lot, but within the span of 5 countries, and then even like eventually throughout the whole world, that's nothing. So people, sometimes are like, oh, like it's the market's saturated, oh, my aunt and my sister sell Monet. Okay, well, guys, like your market is not tapped yet. I promise you that. And there's so many people in the world. And then our huge accomplishment is our company did $1 billion in revenue in the first 5 years. So there is not many companies that have done that in 5 years. It's taken very established companies to do that in 20, 25 years. And we were built completely debt-free. So, kind of on that topic of like market partners and only 200,000, like I just want you guys to know anyone can do this. Julianne and I are such different people, and we have totally different stories, and so does everybody else in the business. Out of those 200,000 market partners, we have moms, we have nurses, we have hairstylists, we have so many different college students, girls that are like coming in the business 18, killing it. Really anybody can learn this and do it because it's very simple and duplicatable. We are going into global and market expansion. So like I said, only 5 countries. Like we still have so many more places to expand to. So these 5 countries that we are in is United States, Canada, UK, Poland, and Ireland. So we can kind of sell and bring on people to the team that are in those 5 countries, but eventually it's going to be global. And also product expansion. Today we just launched a new product, a color like protective spray. They're always coming out with the newest, latest, like coolest stuff. So there's never a dull moment. There's always something exciting. And, we're family owned and operated. So it's the Urdaneta family. Like I said, they built this company so strong within 5 years and also debt free. They came from Venezuela. They are the sweetest people ever, so family oriented, and they really truly care about us. So this kind of goes along with the generous comp plan that I have there. They really, really take care of us. We are paid out 3 to 5% more than any other direct sales company. And they pay us 50 cents to every dollar they make. So that is like insanely generous. We also have an accelerated bonus program your first 3 months. So when you come into the business and you're, putting in your work and you're killing it, you're going to get extra bonuses, which is pretty awesome. And we can show you how to do that. We also have a car program and incentive trips. So we are partnered with Cadillac. So when you get to a certain level in the company and you maintain it, you can go pick up a white Cadillac that's 5 years or newer, and the company helps you with your down payment, and they give you your monthly payments. So you own the car, it's in your name, but they're paying for it for you. So it's pretty freaking awesome. And these incentive trips are so much fun. I've been on, one of them, we were supposed to go on another one, but it was canceled because of the coronavirus. But they roll out the red carpet for us, guys. It's so much fun there. Typically, like the international ones are all inclusive, so you literally go and you don't pay a dime for anything. And I got to bring my boyfriend too. So Julianne and I are going to be on the next one. We have some girls coming as well, and it's going to be so awesome to do it together and just like be with your tribe. Like these are your people that you're getting to know and hustling. And some people you've never even met because they're, in another country or something. So it's so crazy. Perfect. And then I'll let Julianne kind of take it over for how it works.
Yeah, so thanks, Ash. So really like how it works, right? Like you guys are getting all the information and the background and all that. Just to touch on with what she said about like anyone can do this, literally anybody, okay? Whether you're like the busiest person in the world, which I was when I first started, or you have, the time right now, maybe you're not working because of quarantine, maybe, for whatever reason. I love that I'm able to not, from not having any time at all, now I have all the time in the world because I can work from home. So really just like what we do more is like on social media, right? That's kind of how it is. Like, I don't know if you guys have checked your screen time lately, but I know it's a lot, okay? Because each time, like even mine was a lot before, and I was already working full time and going to school full time, So like me going into it, my mindset was like, if I can make a reliable, stable income solely from social media, like why not? Like I literally had nothing to lose. And it's really just like sharing what the products can do for us and how it can help other people, right? Like the products are amazing and they do what they say they're going to do, and they're hair and skin specific. So what's going to work out for me may or may not work out for Ashley because we have opposite types of hair types, and skin types as well. So it's really just like sharing that. And business wise, we're sharing the opportunity to people who are motivated and driven and self-disciplined, and people who want to take charge of their lives, people who don't want to waste 40 years at a corporate job with 2-week vacation every year. And it's really, we don't have any quotas, or we don't have any monthly fees either. So it's not like you have to meet a certain number, and if you don't, you get penalized. I know for some companies they do that. So it's amazing that we're designed in a way that we don't have any quotas and things like that. We also don't have any inventory. So guys, imagine if I had to move to Korea, okay, and like I had like 500 boxes that I'm taking to Korea with me. That's not even practical. So yeah, we don't have any inventory. You'll have your own website where you're gonna work your own business, and it's gonna ship right to your customer's door, and everything comes from our site in Florida. There's also no requirements, okay? Like I mentioned before, I'm a psych major and I want to be a therapist and a psychologist someday. I don't know how to do sales, okay? And that was one of the main things that held me back, was that like I don't even know if I can do this because I was doubting myself. There's a lot of self-doubts that came with me as far as like I don't even know how to make sales, right? I'm too busy for this. I don't have the time for this. I literally came up with all the excuses in the book. So if you have that, I understand. But you have your earning potential is limitless. What you put in is what you get. And that's what I love about it, because I know I'm putting in a lot and I'm getting to see a lot. And same with Ashley, so if you're someone who's like, I'm ready to, out earn my job at my waitress job, that's fine. Like you can definitely out earn that. And we also have team trainings weekly. Sometimes we have a few calls a week in which we do like live trainings and things like that, and it's really fun. Okay, besides all of this, it gets really fun and honestly addicting, and that sounds weird to you now, but once you kind of get a feel for like the business and how it works, like you just don't want to stop, honestly. And it's also nice to have a supportive group of people right beside you that are doing this, even if you just met them. I love that everyone is so positive and uplifting, and the community part is something that we take pride in very, very heavily, because it's not a lot of people have that, and honestly, in my opinion, like we all just need someone, like more positive people in the world anyways. That's kind of like how it works. Going into like how we get started, right? So like with any like business that you start, whether you're a lash tech, a nail tech, whether it's Starbucks 40 something years ago or whatever, you just have to have an investment, and that's an investment to yourself, right? So we do have different packs, and the product packs are there for your own personal use, um, and your own, like, so that you're knowledgeable in the products. You know, you can't really sell something that like you don't know how it works, right? And our main thing is really like being genuine about being on social media and not being salesy either, because let's face it, like nobody wants someone who's all up in your face on social media. So yeah, there's three scenarios. Ash, correct me if I'm wrong, but like one is like you become a market partner with us, right? So you become a market partner, you try it out for 30 days. If on the 30th day you're like, I don't really know if this is for me, then you can return your product pack, and then you're gonna get your 100% refund back. Um, Number two is retail customer. So retail customer is really just you buy the products full price, you get to try them out, and kind of like going from there. And then the third scenario is signing up as a VIP customer, and the VIP customer gets you a lot of discounts and free shipping, and you would get a free product. Um, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's pretty good
yeah.
scenarios.
So really too, like just like regarding three scenarios that could happen when you join as a market partner to sell. Really like one, you could, maybe you don't like it, you return. That's probably not going to happen. We have a less than a 1% return rate. But the other thing that could happen is you use it and you fall in love with it. Okay. Maybe you sell it to a couple friends and family members, and that's kind of, you just make a little extra money, you sell on your own time. The third scenario is you freaking love it, you get super passionate, and this becomes, potentially a full-time income for you. So there's really like nothing to lose out of it. And seriously, everything to gain. So, Julianne, do you have any closing words?
Um, Honestly, this is going to be the life-changing decision of your life that you're not going to regret. So that's my closing remark.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whoever got you on this call, hop on a phone call with them, ask them all your questions, chat more about it. And I hope to see you guys on the team soon. Okay. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.